Hello and welcome YouTube. Welcome to 10E Productions with 10. I am 10, your host, obviously. In today's video, we're going to actually review a few of my more interesting favorite figurines that I've actually collected over the years. Including some that I just recently got and I'm so excited that I've got them. So we're going to start off with, some fun stuff. Starting with something that some people may or may not know, depending on if you were a fan of it or not, or if you watched. I believe it was on Fox Kids. This is Mummies Alive, about a 12-year-old boy named Presley Carnovan, who was apparently the reincarnation of Prince Ramses the 12th. Who's based on Ramses, and this character here himself is named Jackal, voiced by Dale Winson. He's the leader of the mummies, and he is gifted with the spirit of, I believe, a falcon. He can fly. He's got like claws and all that. This variant here is called Fright Sight, one of two. He's still in the box. I have not opened him because I found him this way, and by golly, I love it. Oddly enough, I actually got it for $2 at Savers. That's the logo for Mummies Alive, by the way. This guy's gimmick, if you push his arm... Oh, I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see it. Push his arm, and... Oh, sorry, it's a little dusty. It was on my shelf for a while. I haven't cleaned it in a while. His eyes bulge and stuff like that. Kind of reminds me of some of the monsters from Ghostbusters. I believe they actually had one that did almost the same thing. There was a bunch from this collection. If you notice, there's Armand, which it's a one-armed, big hulking guy. He turns into a ram. There's Wrath, who was the wizard, but he was also very good with damage and swords. If you see Hunter Jackal, there's a Shapti Stone Warrior, and then that's the Scarab. As you can see, there's Wrath, Fright Sight. There was a fourth character, but they never released her. Bast or something like that. It was a female. I've got her actual name. She turns into a cat. She used the whip, and they were going to release her with the second section of it. By the way, those that are interested, this aired in I think 95 or 97. Hold on. It aired from September 15th to November 25th, 1997. There was 42 episodes. It was kind of like a Power Rangers. They transform with the power of Ra, and it was a weird mush of ancient Egypt using modern day terminology and all that. Like they were trying to figure out modern day technology using ancient Egyptian stuff. It was kind of weird but funny. I personally liked it. You may not have seen it. But on to the next one. Dragon, Rock the Dragon. Dragon Ball Z. Everybody knows Dragon Ball Z, even if you've never watched it. If you haven't, you must be living under a rock. This particular guy, I believe, is Yamcha, due to the scarring on his eye. I could be mistaken. Honestly, we're not quite 100% sure who this was. It's either Yamcha or maybe even Gohan with some battle damage. I don't know. He slots onto something. I don't remember. I found the figurine in like a bag of stuff, and I've just kept him over my door. I personally like him. He's got what, the Wolfang Fist. the Kamehameha, and the Spirit Ball. Not the Spirit Bomb, but the Spirit Ball. He's actually one of my, if that is Yamcha, he's actually one of my favorite characters. Personally, I like how stubborn he is, simply because he has died so many times, but he keeps coming back to fight. He knows he's going to get his butt handed to him. He knows he's actually, I believe, the weakest of the humans for the Z fighters. There's Tien, Krillin, and Yamcha, and he's actually, I believe, the weakest. And he still shows up to battle. He still shows up to defend Earth. That's pure stubbornness. That's pure courage, in my opinion. He's one of my favorites because of that. He just, yeah, he goes out with a bang. Sometimes literally. Thank you, Cybermen. But, you know, he keeps coming back for more and more. Always good to have as a friend. I think he also dated Bulma in Dragon Ball. Not Dragon Ball Z, but Dragon Ball, the one predecessor to it. He also lives with, that shape-shifting cat. On to the next one. Now, this guy, I don't believe is part of any TV show or movie, but I got him. He was a keychain. You can see the little hole where the keychain used to be. And honestly, I actually think he's really cool looking. He actually reminds me of a TV show called Fighting Foodons. It's an anime that they use weird magic cards to bring various food items to life. There's one called Fried Ricer and Sir Dumpling, I believe. It aired in the 90s. I think it was on Fox as well. It was a Saturday morning cartoon. I used to watch it. He's kind of old. Some of his paint's fading. You can see one of his eyes is missing. But yeah, I like him. Some kind of Chinese tea kettle fighting Foodon guy. Like I said, I don't think he is part of any show, but if I had to gander, he'd be part of the Fighting Foodons. Yeah, I actually like him. He goes over my doorway too. He actually stands next to him. So that's kind of why I have them there today. Both different fighting people. On to the next one. Droids from Star Wars. And if you don't recognize them, do not worry, because you're not going to. The first one, this one, is actually I painted a keychain from Disney that was originally white with red highlights. I painted him to look kind of similar to T3M4 from KOTOR. I don't know what model droid this is, but I like to call him a T3 model. The difference is a T3 has 4 legs. The back's a little bit larger, and it comes out about here, and he's got 2 legs in the back. They're all wheeled. But if I had to take a gander, he is some kind of utility / astromech droid. But he's also a flashlight. As you can see, the paint's covering him up. But I did do the painting myself. Like I said, he's originally white and red. I'm trying to find more of them. I want to get a second one where I can paint it brown with bronze and red highlights. Kind of make him look more steampunk. I might have to repaint him because I'm seeing some fading going on. Oh well. The next droid here is actually an R4 unit. Now before you even say, well, 10, R4 units have a dome head. No, they don't. Some do, and I will give you credit on that one. But to be fair, R4 units had this flower dome head, whereas R2 units, like this guy here, have the rounded head. The ones that the Jedi use, kind of like R4 P17, which is the one that got its head ripped off in Revenge of the Sith, Obi-Wan Kenobi's droid. What they did is they took R4 units and they replaced the heads with R2 unit heads. It's because R4 units are agromechs, not astromechs. They can still be used as astromechs, but they were better designed, tougher too. They're more durable. They were better designed for like land speeders and that kind of vehicles, hovercraft-like vehicles like ULAVs as well, ultralight artillery vehicle or attack vehicle, something like that. But they socketed into those. They could also fix those kinds. R2 units like this one here were better designed for fighters and all that. I believe the head though on this guy is actually an R9 unit. And by the way, I'm speaking of the Legends version, not the canon version, because the canon version goes R1 through R6 and they have R0s. Legends goes from R1 to R9, and they also have a P2 model and a Q1 through Q9. Though I do believe the Q7s are the droids that you see in V-Wing fighters. I'm losing people, but these are my two personal ones. I got them. They're part of the Build-A-Droid series. You can actually take off their limbs and replace them with other limbs, heads as well. I think I showed you a Doomsday, and it's kind of like that. They used to have various parts and components that come with different figurines, and you could buy them and build droids out of them. They also have protocol droids and other humanoid droids, kind of like HK-47, his friend from KOTOR. Yes, that assassin droid. Love him. Some of these, though, are from Disney. As much as I don't like Disney owning Star Wars, and yes, that's my opinion, they did the astromech droids right. I love their droids. Astromech droids have always been my favorite part of Star Wars, and I have a whole collection of them. I actually might sit down and show you all my droids one day. But this guy I named R4D42, and his nickname is Junkyard, because he's basically a motley crew of different droids, including an R2D2's leg. But yeah, I like him. I bought him and I just kept him like that. And this one here is a droid that I've liked. This design has been in my head for many, many years. An R4 unit, R2 unit. This is R2T84, also known as Azul, meaning blue in Spanish. As you can see, he is blue, hence the nickname. And his leg, while it's dark blue here, I wanted it to have been black, and I'm still on the lookout for a black leg. What is it? The left leg, to replace this one with. But, you know, honestly, it works. And their articulation is pretty good. You got the head articulation, the feet move so you can, you know, manipulate them. This comes out so you can just have them stand, and this one comes so you can have them rock back and wheel. If you notice, they have wheels on the bottom. He doesn't. Like I said, he's a flashlight, and I took out the little hook on him. But these are some of my droids. I'm actually very happy with them. Let me try to get some better light. And I might show you more and more of my droids. On to the next stuff. Sorry about this, but what happens when you take a shorter than average hero, very brave fellow, give him a baby and have him fight against a very cruel witch. Or, sorry, in this case, sorceress, whose champion wields a skull mask. You get Willow! These are the 1988 Willow figurines that they had released from Tonka. Little figurines. Here's my figure in reference size. Actually, hold on. Here's my trooper, my Civil War trooper from before, for reference size. Actually, they're made pretty much the same way. They have a metal base and that rubbery plastic. Onto Willow. I have here two variants of him. You got the standard one that comes with a baby. Yes, if people want to see, she comes off. And look, it's Elora Danan, the child who is destined to destroy Bamorda. I love this movie, by the way. This is one of my guilty pleasure movies. If I'm always in a bad mood, I'll pop this movie on, watch it, and I'm in a great mood afterwards. I just got these, by the way, from eBay, so that's why I'm very excited. If you can see, you have the other variant of him. This is a promo version of him, a mail-in special. If you notice, his clothing looks different. But, you know, honestly, I like it. And he's going to stay in the plastic bag because I don't want anything to happen. And before people say, oh my god, you opened this, I have another one that's closed. It's on its way too. They had very different types ones. I'm going to show you some of them. If you can see here, they had the Rebel Trooper, the High Aldwin, Sorsha, who became good, Willow, Eric. That's actually where I developed my love for the Corinthian-style helm, and Madmartigan. They also had other ones. They had the Balmorda. They had, oh, what the heck's his name? Ka or something like that. The evil general, the one with the skull mask. I'm gonna show you upside down, or sideways. This guy. They had like Nockmere soldiers. They had they even had the two-headed dragon guy, a creature that Willow turned a troll into. Yes, they even have the troll. I don't know if they had the little brownies, but yeah, these I'm actually super excited to get. I might try to get more as I go. Some of them are cheap enough online, so I might pick up more. Whether they're open or not, I'll mount them on my wall or not, depending. But yeah, these are some of the figurines that I have bought over the years, including recently, that I thoroughly enjoy. That I've been super excited to get and buy. Like I said, I'm really excited by the Willow one. I love this feature. And I actually, if I can figure out how to play it, I just bought the Willow game. Yes, there is a Willow game by Tor Fantasy. And I'm trying to figure out how to learn how to play it, so that I can actually review it here too. When I do, you guys will be able to watch it. But until then, enjoy movies such as Willow and Star Wars. And TV shows, especially animes, such as Dragon Ball Z and Fighting Foodons. And cartoons like Mummies Alive. Gotta love the retro stuff. Alright, until then, adios y hasta luego.